Hey, bitch. Good evening. I am RJ City, and this is RJ Reads Wrestling Books. Wonderment is a fascinating word and a fascinating feeling, something that we can feel from objects, places, and people. I'm, of course, talking about Chyna, the ninth wonder of the world, and her book, If They Only Knew, written by... Okay. Nevertheless, this book is about Chyna, the ninth wonder of the world, but you don't need to read the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant's book, first. You can skip to the ninth and then go back. It's totally fine. You don't need to know the one wonder before knowing the next wonder. It's all wonderment. It all comes together very nicely. The passage I will be reading from tonight involves her getting her start on the independent wrestling scene. So we begin. Independent wrestling leagues were the backbone of big-time pro wrestling. Ohio, Indiana, Tennessee. All these loose confederacies provided entertainment for Middle America. That's where it all started, really. Jerry Lawler, our ring commentator, owned a fairly large league in Memphis for quite some time. It was even televised on a local affiliate. Vince McMahon and his father began buying up small leagues, along with their talents, to eventually create the empire that gives you Raw is War, SmackDown, ! And coming soon to a stadium near you, the XFL, Extreme Football. But most of these independent leagues were cheesy folding chair shows, usually held in high school gyms or VFW halls. The promoter charges maybe $5, pumps in a little white snake or poison, and pays his nieces and nephews minimum wage to sell the concessions. Like nachos with cheese that come in big old coffee cans that he could buy in bulk at the food warehouse, and soda partial fills he could get at the docks of the local bottling company. In that no man's land before the WWF hired me, I worked the independents. Moolah, the legendary female wrestler from the 40s and 50s, had one. Liz Chase did too, among others. The talent should really be called something else. You don't wrestle, you throw people around. Some fat chick sits on your head and thinks your skull is made of stone. Hers seems to be anyway. You get hurt a lot more wrestling in the independents because the skill is at sea level. If you're in the audience, you see all the fake punches, the fake kicks that don't connect, the real blood when someone accidentally does connect, and the costumes. Red flannel tights, dog collars, lots of Marilyn Monroe wigs, glitter and football eye black. Sometimes you drive for 5 hours to make $25. The promoters pay you in a back room, and sometimes they won't pay you at all. Threaten them and you'll never get the chance to be stiffed again. Checks bounce. Once I had to sell my spare tire for gas. But it wasn't about the money. We would have all done it for free. And all of us did the independents. Hunter, Kane, Mick, Undertaker, Stone Cold Billy. Everyone paid the same kind of shitty dues. So when Walter told me that day he would pay me to wrestle one of his shows, well, I flew home. At least I think I did, because I don't remember driving. Boys and girls, a dream had been brought to life. A wish had been answered. Sure, I broke my tailbone on this fucking hard floor, but wishbone, tailbone, who's complaining? I was gonna wrestle for $30. Oh my God, I didn't have a thing to wear. Marshalls. I hightailed it to Marshalls. I bought this pink bathing suit on sale and got another 10% off because it had a tiny grease spot on the left butt cheek. At the fabric store, I bought bags of glitter and a couple of yards of stretch lining, sewed the whole mess around the middle of the bathing suit so I had this glittery waistband. And I bought these terrific ivory-colored stockings. The afternoon before the match, which was an hour-and-a-half drive out to Worcester, I did my hair, at the time a shade best described as crabapple, blew it dry, fashioned it, hated it, washed it again, and started all over, finally getting the page boy I wanted without some of the ends flipping the other way like busted guitar strings. Then I dressed and studied myself in the mirror. As I recalled, I looked like a ballerina in a porno movie. But at the time I thought, yeah, apple pie. I am apple pie. I started talking to my imaginary opponent. Hey, bitch. Yeah, you. Come here and get your spanking. Huh? What did you call me, bitch? Poser? You want to call me something? Start with Laurie's, 'cause I'm going to pepper your bubble ass and beat the ugly into your face. I am going to tenderize you like a chicken, pretty lady. Girl, girly girl. But don't take my word for it. Guests of the RJ City Show, subscribe to his channel, follow him on social media, and buy his t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City.